Hello everyone, welcome again to our academy. We are continuing our course How to Think Logically, and we'll talk about logical refutation. We have studied these different rules of thinking. Now we will start talking about logical refutation. Logical refutation is to prove that some evidence is wrong. For example, let's look at this evidence. Jack is an honest man. Every honest man deserves to be the director, so Jack deserves to be the director. If you don't agree with this evidence and you want to attack it and you want to prove that it's wrong, you may attack the premises. You may provide an evidence that proves that Jack is not honest, or that not every honest man deserves to be the director. Attacking one premise or the two premises is called a detailed refutation. Someone may attack the conclusion. He may have an evidence that proves that Jack doesn't deserve to be the director. He doesn't attack the premises at all. This is called an overall refutation. Someone may not attack the premises or the conclusion. He provides another evidence that proves his own point of view that contradicts the first point of view. For example, he may say that Mike is a creative man. Every creative man deserves to be the director, so Mike deserves to be the director. He didn't attack the premises or the conclusion of the first evidence. He just proved his own point of view that contradicts the first one. This is called an opposing refutation. These are the three types of logical refutation. Another example. Someone may say that Republicans are conservatives. Every conservative should have our votes, so Republicans should have our votes. You may attack the first premise and provide an evidence that proves that Republicans are not conservatives. You may attack the second premise and provide an evidence that proves that not every conservative should have our votes. This is called a detailed refutation. You may attack the conclusion without attacking the premises. This is called an overall refutation. Someone may have an opposing evidence that proves his own point of view that contradicts the first point of view. For example, he may say that Democrats are protecting labor rights. Everyone protecting labor rights should have our votes, so Democrats should have our votes. This is an opposing refutation. Another example. COVID-19 is a virus like influenza. Every virus like influenza is the least harmful. COVID-19 is the least harmful. You may attack the premises. This is called detailed refutation. Someone may attack the conclusion. This is called an overall refutation. Someone may have an opposing evidence. For example, adenovirus is a virus with a self-limited infection. Every virus with a self-limited infection is the least harmful, so adenovirus is the least harmful. This is an opposing refutation. We are going to continue the rules of refutation, but first, let's have a word about the types of propositions. We have talked a lot about propositions before, and we have seen them as parts of evidence, premises, and conclusions. Propositions have different types. They may be general or universal. They may be special or particular. A general proposition is like every British man is European. A special proposition is something like Jack is a British man. Every one of these two types may be positive or negative. A positive universal proposition is something like every British is a European. A negative universal or general proposition is something like every British is not American. Also, special propositions may be positive, like Jack is British, or negative, like Jack is not American. So propositions may be general or special, and every one of them may be positive or negative. So we have four types of propositions: positive general propositions, negative general propositions, positive special propositions, and the negative special propositions. These types of propositions are used in logical refutation. For example, let's go back to the first example. The second premise, every honest man deserves to be the director. This is a positive general proposition. Someone may attack this premise and prove it is wrong by proving that Adam, the honest man, doesn't deserve to be the director. It's enough to prove that Adam, the honest man, doesn't deserve to be the director to prove that not every honest man deserves to be the director. Adam, the honest man, doesn't deserve to be the director is a negative special proposition. So, a positive general proposition can be contradicted by a negative special one. And the opposite is also true. If someone is arguing that Adam, the honest man, doesn't deserve to be the director, and you can prove that every honest man deserves to be the director, so you are proving that he is wrong. So, a negative special proposition is contradicted by a positive general one, and vice versa. Another example. COVID-19 is a virus like influenza. This is a positive special proposition. It can be contradicted by a negative general one. Every coronavirus is not like influenza, and vice versa. So logical refutation has three types: detailed refutation, overall refutation, and opposing refutation. A positive general proposition can be contradicted by a negative special one, and the negative special one can be contradicted by a positive general one. A negative general proposition can be contradicted by a positive special one, and a positive special one can be contradicted by a negative general one. These are the rules of refutation. As we said, in refutation, you should provide an evidence that a premise is wrong, or the conclusion is wrong, or just an opposing evidence. These evidence are like any other evidence. They may use certain truths as premises, they may use postulates of the opponent, they may use trusted opinions, they may use imageries, they may use fake information and delusions. This means that the evidence used in refutation may be a demonstration, a dialectic, a rhetoric, a pottery, or a fallacy. Thank you.